No, you're good. So, how have you been?
Yeah. I've been good. I've been good. Well, I don't think I have officially met you yet.
Oh, I'm Bill Mays. Nice to meet you, ma'am.
Nice to meet you. I'm Dr. Naya Nashville. Um, I have written a lot
Oh,
for
okay.
I've been working under Cantor. I've been shadowing her through her most of her term as a SAMA director, and I'm also, the lead pharmacist. So I worked on a law for weed prescription, and I would like, it is SAMA, so technically it could be just like Cantor, she puts it in, and but I would like to talk
Mm.
to you about it. I think it's a good thing. Even more with you saying about the other laws weed related, maybe we can indeed push them all together.
Mm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Um, I have worked with Mr. Rosell on it too. He has helped me a little bit here and there with the language because he's really good at that. Um, and yeah, it's just mainly that. Just wanted to hear your opinion on it too. Because if you're like, no matter what, I don't want a weed prescription law, then I
No,
would be
I would
like
love it.
concerned. Mm-hmm.
So, this is going to be a big thing. Is that I wrote up a dispensary and grow house legislation like 2 months
Mm-hmm.
ago.
Yeah.
It's been in the hands of DOJ for about 6 weeks now, and we're hoping to
Oh
see some forward action with that, so that
Mhm.
civilians can run actual grow operations
Yeah.
and run their own dispensaries. And in conjunction with the medical staff, y'all could prescribe it out, and they could even, let's say, go to the it's legal to have 6 joints in Los
Yep.
Santos County, but imagine with your prescription, maybe they could get like more. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's what I wrote into the law.
Mm-hmm.
I will be fully honest. I asked Kinter, was like, how much you think we can push? Like, how much more possession you think we can have with
Mm-hmm.
the prescription? And we ended up at like 10 extra grams, so it's 5 joints. Um, or well, 10 joints or 5 weed bags. I'm pretty sure the bags are heavier than joints. Um, so that was indeed our conclusion. And also what you're saying, Mr. May, is very interesting to me because I do have a business proposal for a edible
Yes,
business.
I love that idea. I really do. It's
Oh yeah.
I think
I was just been waiting for that law to pass so I can
yeah.
work on that too.
Yeah, things have been very like slow, not because of us. We went so fast that Chief Justice got pissed at us for pushing too much. Like we want to really, like, in our mind, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's so much that is still untapped. Whether it's like edibles, whether it's like transporting weed, whether it's creating all these businesses with not much. And even what we're describing right here, like, I could absolutely imagine like the hospital being filled with people that are looking for checkups and getting those prescriptions and benefiting from it. And it's such an easy lift. So
Yeah, I will say I have done so much as a pharmacist lately that I don't know if you know this, but the big pharma that does the painkillers, they're now just sugar pills. Um but I have done so much with the painkiller subscription, making sure that people that need the help get that help. And we've been doing the whole thing that the day I woke up and Big Pharma decided that the painkillers weren't really good anymore, I was even a bit like, holy shit, what do I do now?
oh
Because there's
really?
so much that can be done with that. Uh, and I already had this law drafted, and I was like, okay, now I have to really finalize it and push it really.
Could I I've never seen the painkillers like Oxy.
Well, they were just generic painkillers.
Oh,
And they were made with like moonshine and bandages. And you get it, you know, and it was people could have up to 6 with a prescription. That was the legal limit, but they're no longer really useful. But Oxy is a thing now. The PD has told us that there is some proper Oxy in the streets as of the past week. I even did a report for it, because then if a new drug is found, right, then we have to test it to see what happens. I literally am about to post that report in like a couple hours. So yeah.
I. Wow. Wait, Oxy just became a thing like recently?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Wow. Okay. That makes me wonder if. Okay, so last election, we
Yeah.
got everything we wanted written up and mostly passed except the gross stuff. So now this upcoming term, we have such a strong foundation that we can start doing some of the more like difficult to pass things. And one of the things
Hell
that I
yeah.
really, really want to do is start like importing in materials, right? And
Yeah.
getting Grime becoming that importing like facility.
Ooh, I see. Yeah.
And I'm
Okay.
wondering if we could import in like prescription Oxycontin for the hospital
Yeah.
as a higher level of medication. Now, granted, people may still be able to get it, but, you know, being able to get it through the pharmacy, I think could be very interesting. And
That is actually, yeah, that also with the weed law, original intention was to see if we could get some medical weed that, you know, might you smoke and then you get a little bit hungry, but then you also feel a little bit more protected, if you know what I mean. I kind of still wrote the definition. I mean, I still wrote the definition of medical marijuana in this law, so it is still set there because I was told, you know, the more you can put into law, the more we can actually make it happen, right? It has to be in law first.
yep.
So I still left it in there, even though it's not the main focus, just to set up for if it's possible in the future.
Yeah, no, I think that's very smart. I know for some things like it's very difficult for us to a lot of resources are being put into what I've been calling Project 2030, which is a big initiative that we've invested in with outside investors for future development of San Andreas. So I don't know how many, like, doing anything too complex would be. It'd be easier
Yeah.
to work with things that exist,
Yeah.
rather than things that may require some outside development, so to speak.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. Yeah.
So,
That makes perfect sense.
but I really like this quite a bit.
Yeah, I am once we get this report done, then I do want to go through to making Oxy. I think we're gonna make it schedule 3rd-degree drug, but still available as pharmaceutical. Because I think it's still very useful for people to.
Yeah, I agree. What is let me pull up the legislation. What is the drug scheduling like? So Schedule 1 is fentanyl. Schedule 2 is lesser public health risk, no medical benefits. Okay, Schedule 3, this is marijuana. Oh, there's no Schedule 2 at the moment.
Nope.
That's interesting. Wait, so right now it's only fentanyl and marijuana that's on the street?
Yep. Simply that, and now the oxys.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got to take this real quick.
Yeah, no
Hey, what's
problem.
going on, Forehead?
Hey, how's it going, big dog?
Very good,
Yo.
very good.
So listen, I've been speaking to Mike, and he said you wanted to speak.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to your crew about the current mayoralship and talk about next season.
All right. Well, how about this?
Yep.
On tomorrow?
I'm down for tomorrow. What time?
Okay. When are you around?
I'm around 3 hours before the storm, 2 hours after the storm, guaranteed.
Okay, so like an hour ago, 2 hours ago from now. I'll try and get like as many of my crew around. You know what I'm saying? So let's just speak
Easy.
to like 2 of us. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I
I'd
love
rather-
it. Yeah,
I'd
let's
rather have
do it right.
you-
Let's do it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it makes more sense when the message comes from you than me passing it on, and then it's
Yeah.
not conveyed the right way. You know what I'm saying, big
Yeah,
dog?
100%. 100%. All right, let's
Yeah,
do it for
so-
tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. Tomorrow, like 2 hours ago. I should have most of my crew around. So,
1,000%. 1,000%.
all right, we'll speak then.
All right, appreciate
All
you,
right, big
Forehead.
dog.
You take
All
care.
right, take it easy.
Peace. All right. Sorry about that.
No.
Yeah, I want to do
It's
so
election
much more.
period.
I want to do
Yeah.
so much more. Like, there's other things I really wanted to do. Like, I want to, the psych department, for example. Like, I want that to be popping. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm going to give you an example, right?
Yeah.
Imagine somebody gets, like, attempted murder of an LEO. Or, like, whatever. Some violent felony.
Yeah.
Today, it's going to ruin your entire record. Or maybe that you used to do those kind of things. Why couldn't they go through the hospital and get treatment? And so make their ability to get, like a expungement easier, like little things like that are so much more
Yeah.
interesting than wait X amount of days, find a judge, blah, 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 blah. I mean, that's good and all, but it's just, why does everything, you know what I mean? Like, pads like
Yeah.
that, like interesting ideas like that should be tried and visited. And they may not work, but hey, it might be good for a couple weeks at least. So, we're very much on
Absolutely.
board.
That's a great idea. I think with psych, they used to have like Parsons, so they used to have some specific place where they could also hold people that are dangerous. For example, I imagine you're aware that there's this big thing going on with the clowns right now, right? They have clown
Wait,
civil
no,
war
what
is
happened? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I had no idea.
It's without releasing any medical information, there's a lot of infighting going on right now, and people, they're choosing sides, and it's difficult, and they've
Wow.
been hurting each other and harming others, and there's nothing really that psych can do, because it's not like they can put them somewhere and then keep trying to talk to them. I know some of them are in jail. I think Chatterbox is being held in prison, but then it's also like not the ideal environment, So it's and it psych is run as a very tight ship because it has to, because it deals with very sensitive information
Absolutely.
from people in the city.
I'm actually a
So-
psychiatrist in training. I'm
Oh hell yeah!
yeah, it's after my mayorship, I'm gonna be going full-fledged psychiatry. So
Fuck yeah!
remember-
Hell yeah!
Pixie told me a lot about how, like, when you learn about people's inner demons, you got to keep it to yourself. You know what I mean?
Pixie is amazing.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to say. Yeah, she is absolutely holding it down. It's mostly her and Joanna at this moment. So it would be nice to see the psych department being able to flourish in a lot of ways. And if I'm being very, very honest with you, Mr. Mayor, about my ambitions,
I'd love to hear 'em.
I my goal with the pharmacy is to maybe eventually turn it into its own department within the hospital. To have pharmaceuticals be its own department as we go through and maybe get more stuff.
I support that. Now, there was a point in time where we had discussed this very thing in our administration, but like I said, we had so much other stuff in the way, we never got to it. Is vaccines, right? Having people develop these things, right? Develop new pharmaceuticals, all that kind of stuff is way more interesting for everybody involved than some crackhead, drug made from God knows where. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree. I do agree.
like,
It
who's
would be,
making the fentanyl?
ideal.
Like, fentanyl is a medical drug, right?
Well, fentanyl, I don't know actually.
Fentanyl's a synthetic.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a synthetic, but like like cancer patients and shit like that, they'll have like they give them they put it in like lollipops and stuff because it's a so oxy's not working, these other painkillers aren't working. It's like a
Less resort.
high-end
all-
resort.
All you
Yeah.
do is you get a bunch of poppies and you get the opium out of them, and then you can refine it however you want. It's like the
Well,
cartel does with cocoa leaves.
Well, no, but I'm not talking about fentanyl being used as a recreational drug. I'm saying fentanyl as a it's
Medical.
made for medical. Yeah.
Yep.
There's like patches, lollipops, all kinds of things like that.
I think Cantor tried to be able to schedule as a pharmaceutical drug, but it either has not gone through at all, like nothing has been done with it, or was it not? I'm pretty sure nothing was done with it, so I might have to push it again. Fentanyl came through about like 3 to 4 months ago. It was, people were talking for like a week or two, and then nobody really talks about it anymore. From what I hear, because at the hospital, you can hear a lot. People just talk. From what I hear, a lot of people don't even do fentanyl runs because it's not worth it.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
but I think in the streets, moonshine is the go-to.
Yeah, that's another thing we're trying to aim for. This is mostly conversations like Pred and I have had, is we want to legalize the manufacturing of moonshine, at least in one of the counties. I mean, it makes sense in Blaine, right? For them to have that industry of
True,
Like-
it does make sense.
like imagine they manufacture alcohol. Why not?
Yeah.
And if people drink it or use it for medicine, so be it. And if they sell it illegally, so be it. You know what I mean? Imagine how much money that would be bringing in to Blaine County. Like, it's actually crazy to me.
Absolutely. That would be insane amounts of.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a great idea. I am also very much in favor of I don't think forbidding drugs will ever stop anybody.
No.
So might as well regulate it and
Agreed.
get some tax dollars out of it and repurpose that money for something great.
Yep. I mean, the same can be said with moonshine. People are going to want to drink alcohol. Do you want the stuff
absolutely.
manufactured by a known brewery, or would you want it manufactured by some random person,
In the sewers.
In the sewers, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I think part of the problem is that I feel like it's hard to break people's mindset beyond like black and white, where it's if fentanyl illegal, if moonshine always illegal, even though moonshine is sold across the United States, right? Even though fentanyl is used by hospitals all over the world. Oxycontin is literally a prescription like drug, you know? And so like marrying those things together just makes so much sense, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think if it has a benefit or a precedent, I think it should be definitely
Yeah.
accessible and legal.
Yeah, absolutely. How about this? After this next coming election, because it's going to be in the next week, the election starts, so we're going to be pretty busy.
Yep.
And then, but if I do win again, I'd love to discuss some of these other options, and it may not end up working out, right?
Yeah.
But if we could even, like, whether it's moonshine and you guys have to test it and approve the company or whatever, maybe you have to go and, like, check their facility, or whether it's, you know, talking about trying to legalize prescription Oxycontin, importing it in. I think we should try those conversations out, even if it's not, it shouldn't be crazy amounts, but something that might breathe even more life into the hospital, but also breathe life into the you know, the business of legal drugs or prescription drugs.
Absolutely. And I think that would be amazing. And I am currently there is the prescriptions, they're done through the hospital. And there's also the pharmacy that is a separate entity. I am finishing the business proposal to submit it to.
Okay.
That is Kenter's the owner, I'm the CEO, and so we're trying to, I think she submitted back at the other, you know, mayorship, and nothing happened. So yeah. So I'm just getting it ready with the, you know, all the requirements and everything. So I'll try to get it through soon as well, so we can you know, have that ready.
Okay.
And even then, in the pharmacy itself, only doctors would work in it, because we want people to be properly trained to sell that stuff, proper pharmacists.
Yeah, I really like that idea. Would if we and we'd approve that in a heartbeat, quite frankly.
Hell yeah. Okay, that's perfect.
All right.
The last thing that I would like to talk about before I let you go, I'm so sorry.
No, it's
well,
fine.
there's two things. Last medical thing is I am currently running for SEMA director. I am running Kenter's place. She will not be running again.
You have our support.
Hell yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that was easy.
Michael has told me only good things, and just kind of based on these conversations, I think you have a very similar mindset to myself and my team, which is we want to see this county and San Andreas evolve into a better future. And I think,
Hell yeah.
you know,
Absolutely.
anyone with that mindset, we are in full support of them.
Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate you, Mr. Mayor.
Yep, of course.
Now, the last thing is there anything we can do so one person doesn't buy all properties as soon as they come to the market?
That is something that I have to re-engage with the state on. I meant to bring up that topic, and I completely forgot because there were so many other things that needed to be discussed.
Yeah.
I am very aware of it. I think it's nasty that people are just... They've pulled up so much money from God knows what, moonshine, G6, and then they're purchasing property, reselling it for double. Purchasing now two, selling it for double. And what it's doing is causing such a... It's so... I want to do something about it. And my current hope is I think the mayor should be the ones releasing property through a button. Right? And then we can say, like, hey, this is going to go up for sale. And then it's an auction. And then once that happens, I may use county funds to buy out people. And then get it relisted for people to get. So it's very tough right now with the tools that we have.
It's there. Apparently last week, 6 properties came up and one person bought all 6. So it's...
Yep. Bruce Baylor.
Yep. Exactly.
Yep. It's fucking stupid as shit. And then
that
he's
guy
apparently...
already has a shit ton of properties.
He's got a
on top of
massive
that.
court case.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's so crazy? I don't even think he's like a bad guy, because I've met him before. He's pretty smart. He's probably just in his own world, right? But he's caught. He has a big trial on moonshine, and they let him. The DOJ didn't freeze his assets.
Oh my god.
So he's openly using probably all that money that he made and bought up all of Polito. Like, what the fuck?
It's insane.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's very frustrating because as like your average civilian, it's impossible to compete with people like that.
You can't.
Not only because of the time that it's released, because I can't even wake up when it's released, you know, I have to. It takes a little bit, but also just money-wise, like I can't buy a resold property because it's twice the price.
Yeah. They're doing what they do with like the PlayStation 5, you know what I mean? They keep refreshing the Amazon site and then buying it all up and then reselling it on eBay. Like, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But anyways. All right, well,
that was everything from my side. I will work on pushing that weed prescription law through, and working on writing the Oxy one too. And I very much appreciate you, Mr. Mayor, for hearing me
absolutely.
out.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nashville. We appreciate it too.
Hell
If
yeah.
you have, if you need anyone to double read anything or input ideas, feel free to send me a copy. My number's always in lemon list.
Well, you don't need
hell yeah.
communism.
Okay.
You don't need
That's
communism.
great. I very much appreciate that. That's
Yeah,
very
anytime.
helpful.
All right.
Oh, I appreciate you both. You guys have a lovely day.
Of
and
course.
good luck with the election. I'm sure you're winning. I'm not even worried about that.
Well, you never say never, you know, like there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that I think that do not agree with my ideology, you know what I mean? So
Fair. There will always be people that disagree, but I think you've been doing so good for the city that it would be kind of a silly kind of a silly choice to not vote for you, but that's my personal opinion.
I appreciate that. I really do.
Hell yeah. Appreciate you guys.
All
Have a
right.
lovely one.
Okay. All right. You as well. Take care.
Hell yeah. Bye-bye.
All right. Well,
All right. The other thing I have,